Hello, Wexter Jamboree troop families. I thought I would try something new tonight. I've never done a webcam video before, and thought maybe I'd come up with an idea on how to communicate a different way. So I have had a couple of boys come up to me and ask me about senior patrol leader and just what does a senior patrol leader do in a Jamboree troop. Well, the best way to answer that is in three parts. The first part is that the Jamboree Leaders Manual has a list of things, and I'll cover those in a minute, but there's a list of responsibilities for the Senior Patrol Leader. The second part of the answer has to do with the skills and abilities that the boy brings with him to that role. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes too. And the third major thing, or third major part of the answer, is around the boy's commitment. Whoever we select to be senior patrol leader has to have some sort of commitment to do the job. So those are the three things: the manual, skills and abilities, and commitment. So here's what the manual states. The senior patrol leader of a Jamboree troop serves as the top boy leader. Now that's the same responsibility as he would have in his home troop. He works directly with the Scoutmaster in Jamboree troop operations. Not much different there. He leads the Patrol Leaders Council. And yes, there will be a Patrol Leaders Council in this Jamboree troop. How often we meet and where we meet is all up in the air, and we'll figure that out as time goes on. But there is a Patrol Leaders Council. Consists of the 4 troop youth leaders, including the senior patrol leader, and the patrol leaders in the troop. The senior patrol leader is also responsible for maintaining information on the whereabouts of where each scout is. Now, that's kind of an interesting job, and there's ways to do that aren't too difficult that I will teach as time goes on. But I should be able to go to the senior patrol leader and say, hey, where's Joe? And he should have a pretty good idea if Joe is not in camp. Through the patrol leaders, the senior patrol leader is responsible for the appearance of scouts with regard to uniforming and even personal cleanliness. So yeah, he's kind of the guy in charge of how our troop looks. He maintains schedules within the troop camp, covering reveille, meal hours, other special assignments received from the subcamp directors, for instance, and myself. The senior patrol leader organizes all formations of the troop. And finally, and this is kind of a Jamboree tradition, he makes the bed check at taps each evening. So when taps is played, everybody's supposed to be in their bed. The senior patrol leader checks it out, reports to me, and accounts for everybody. There may be somebody that's not in their sleeping bag. Maybe they're off doing something that they got approval for, but the senior patrol leader will let me know about that. There's a lot that's not mentioned in the manual. One big thing is kind of a Mr. Westover thing here. It's the senior patrol leader does for the troop. What he does for the troop is based a lot on my style and how I work with him. Like, how willing am I to let him lead? How far will I let him go? How much will I let him lead? Not just whether he does it or not, but how far do I let him go? And how much do I work on making sure that he has as much fun at the Jamboree as all the other scouts? And you know, I've promised to you all, you will have fun, and including the senior patrol leader will have fun, maybe especially the senior patrol leader. I will watch very closely how successful the senior patrol leader is in doing his job, and I'll help him be prepared as much as he can be. I'll be there for him if he needs help. But if he's doing well, I'll stay in the background as much as possible. By the way, on that list that I covered, all those Jamboree Leaders Manual things that I mentioned, You didn't see anything on that list or hear anything on that list about how the senior patrol leader is a disciplinarian. That's because he's not. It's not there. I don't expect, nor should any adult leader expect, the senior patrol leader to mete out discipline for a problem in the troop. That's my responsibility. Disciplining is not the role of any youth leader in our Jamboree troop. They might coach and counsel, but that's the limit of what they'll do when dealing with scouts that are giving us some sort of challenge. So that's really all about what the manual says. Now, the senior patrol leader's skills and ability, the second part of my answer, really, it mostly has to do on the raw experience that the scout has that brings to the job. It could be the leadership experience he has in his home troop. Maybe he's been senior patrol leader, or maybe he's had some other leadership roles. The number of campouts and hikes he's gone on, where he's dealt with a lot of issues, a lot of problems, and have been able to solve them. Maybe his attendance at a leadership training course. A lot of the senior patrol leader's skills and abilities are based on his maturity, which not always, but usually is based on age. My personal experience with two prior senior patrol leaders was that they were very experienced and mature, and their troop looked up to them, respected them, and followed them. In my two prior Jamboree troop experiences, we operated as a troop should, and it had a lot to do with those two senior patrol leaders. Now, the way we select a senior patrol leader is based on skills and abilities. Adult leaders choose who's going to have that position because the Jamboree troop is not like a home troop. Most boys in our troop won't really know the candidates who've applied for senior patrol leader. And I don't want it to end up being a popularity contest. I need the senior patrol leader to be the one with the best skills and abilities. We'll ask scouts to apply for the senior patrol leader position, and including the other three troop leader positions as well, the assistant senior patrol leader, the quartermaster, and the scribe. They'll submit written applications with their experiences listed, and adults will review those applications and then conduct interviews, live interviews. With the input from everyone involved, I will make the final selection approval. And we apply the same process to the other youth leader positions. Selection doesn't happen until after we've gotten a chance to see all the scouts in action at gatherings and troop meetings and campouts or other events. They won't know we're observing. We won't let it turn into a beauty contest. The selection may not occur until as late as the end of March or April prior to the Jamboree. We may rotate the role during that time, so we might let different guys have a chance to be in that leadership position. The selection just depends how quickly we can make our overall assessment. So that's the second part. And the third part, I said, had to do with the scout's commitment to the senior patrol leader position. So my style as a scoutmaster is to treat the senior patrol leader for what he is, the top leader of the troop, youth leader of the troop. We'll develop mutual respect for each other over time. It's part of the process. We'll communicate a lot. I will communicate with him and he will communicate with me. I'll let him know what's expected. It includes a lot of little things the expectations do, like following uniforming rules that are special for the Jamboree, setting the best example for the Scout Oath and Law possible. That's really kind of a burden that the senior patrol leader has. He has to be committed to all of that. He needs to lean on the other three troop youth leaders so they can exercise their leadership skills and abilities. He needs to let the other youth leaders take the heat off of him sometimes so that he can go off and have some fun. He needs to create a good troop youth leader team. I'd like to see a team being developed among those four. His demonstrated commitment to his role as senior patrol leader, I think, is the glue that holds our troop together and helps us have fun. It helps him have fun. I promise he will have fun. And, will every moment of every day be fun-filled? No, that's not reality. It won't be that way for anyone. Things won't always go the way we want. But with good preparation and communication, it will be mostly fun. Might I need to work more closely with the scout we select to be senior patrol leader? Absolutely. Not everyone is the same. We may not have a senior patrol leader with all the experience that would be great, but I can work with boys and help them be successful. We want someone with a commitment to learn and to lead. The Wexter Jamboree Senior Patrol Leader will have an experience like no other scout in the troop. Of course, everyone in the troop will have a great Jamboree experience, but the Senior Patrol Leader's Jamboree adventure will be unique and special for him and him alone. It's one he will never forget. Well, that's it for now. In upcoming videos, I'll talk about a lot of subjects, including other troop youth leader positions, and maybe I'll take a stab at answering some of your questions. I'll figure out what will be the best for topics in this kind of communications. I would love to hear any comments either scouts or parents have about how this is good or, could be better. Please drop me an email to let me know. In the meantime, stay tuned, and I'll see you all at the next troop gathering. Have a good one.